Hello dear students, today we are going to discuss question paper based on heat transmission or you can say heat transfer. Okay, so the question number 1 is a body initially at 80 degrees Celsius cools to 64 degrees Celsius in 5 minutes and then to 52 degrees Celsius in 10 minutes. The temperature of the body after 15 minutes they are asking. Okay, so Newton's law of cooling, this question is based on Newton's law of cooling. So we can say that theta 1 minus theta 2 initial temperature and this is the final temperature divided by T is equals to K is the constant, average theta 1 plus theta 2 by 2 minus temperature of the surrounding, that is theta naught. Okay, now we can replace the values here. Initially the body is at 80, so this is 80 minus cos to 64 divided by time is given as 5 minutes equals to K. So this will be equals to theta 1 is 80 plus 64 by 2 minus the temperature of surrounding is not given, so theta naught. Okay, now next case they have given that and to 52 degrees Celsius. Now from 80 to 52. Okay, so we can add on as 80 minus 52 divided by time is given as 10 is equals to K into 80 plus 52 by 2 minus theta naught. Okay, so from these two equations we can get the value of K and theta naught. Okay, K and theta naught we will get from these two equations. Now third, what they are asking, the temperature of the body after 15 minutes. Okay, so they are asking the temperature of body after 15 minutes. So theta 1 is 80 minus theta by 15 is equals to K 80 plus theta by 2 minus theta naught. So three equations we got. Okay, so we will find out the value of K and theta naught from these two equations. This is 1 and this is 2 and we will replace here and we will find out the value of, we have to find out the value of theta. Okay, so from this, after solving these two equations, the value of K you will get as 1 by 15, the value of K you will get as 1 by 15 and the value of theta naught you will get as 24 degrees Celsius. After replacing these values here, the value of theta you will get as 42.7 degrees Celsius. Okay, so the option number 2 will match for question number 1. Now question number 2. So in question number 2, in a closed room the heat transfer takes place by convection. Okay, so the answer is first one, convection. Now question number 3. So in question number 3, the area of a hole of a heat furnace is 10 to the power minus 4 meter square. Area is given as 10 to the power minus 4 meter square. It radiates per hour. So the power is given. Okay, power per hour they have given. Sorry, energy radiated per hour they have given. Okay, so that is power. So that we can add on as 1.58 into 10 to the power 5 calories per hour they have given, per hour. Okay, if the emissivity is given as 0.80, then its temperature they are asking. Okay, so which law we can use? We know that rate of heat, that is power, so that we can add on as, or you can add on energy by time. This is actually energy by time. So energy by time, it will be equals to sigma E a to the power t to the power 4. Okay, so now here we have to replace the values only. So the value of E is, so this is given in calories, so we have to convert this into joules. Okay, so this will be equals to joules per second. So 1.58 into 10 to the power 5 into 4.2 joules per hour we have to convert into seconds. So that is 3600 seconds. Now it will become the unit of power. Okay, so here we can add on this energy by time. Energy by time, so that is power. So in the place of this, we can replace that value 1.58 into 10 to the power 5 into 4.2 divided by 3600 is equals to, sigma is constant, the value of that is 5.6 into 10 to the power minus 8. 10 to the power minus 8 into emissivity is given as 0.8 into t to the power 4. So after solving this, the value of t that you will get is, t value will be equals to 2500 Kelvin. Okay, we have to solve this. The answer is 2500 Kelvin. Now question number 4. So in question number 4, suppose the sun expands so that its radius becomes 100 times its present radius and its surface temperature becomes half of its present value. The total energy emitted by it then will be increased by the factor of. So they are asking the total energy emitted will be increased by the factor of. Okay. So this we can write on it as final energy by initial energy will be equals to R2 by R1 square into T2 by T1 to the power 4 proportional to temperature square. Okay, so this will be equals to, final radius is 100 times of R1 square into temperature is, so after solving this, temperature becomes half. So, okay, so half means T2 is equals to 1 by 2 of T1. So if you replace 1 by 2, you will get this, R will cancel out. So this is 100 into 100 divided by 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. So this is 25. This one is also 25. So the answer is 625. So it will increase by the factor of 625. So final energy is 625 times of initial energy. Now question number 5th. Okay. So in question number 5th, two spherical black bodies of radii R1 and R2 and with the surface temperature T1 and T2 respectively radiates the same power. Then the ratio of R1 and R2 will be, so power is same. So they are asking, okay, power is same, then we can say that area is proportional to 1 by T to the power 4. Okay, and area is proportional to R square. Area is given by 4 pi R square. Okay, so area is proportional to R square, then we can say that R1 by R2 square will be equals to T2 by T1 to the power 4. Okay, so you replace here, R1 by R2 will be equals to T2 by T1 to the power 2. So we see the options. Option number, for question number 5, the option number 4 will match, T2 by T1 square. Okay. Now question number 6. So in question number 6, statement based question, bodies radiate heat at all the temperatures. So second, and so first statement is false. Second one is the rate of radiation of heat is proportional to the fourth power of absolute temperature. Second one is correct. Okay, so first one is false, second one is correct. Now question number 7th. If the temperature of sun becomes twice its present temperature, then radiation energy will be, so we know that in this case, for question number 7, we know that lambda m is proportional to 1 by T. Okay. So if the temperature is, or in the question they have given the temperature increases, okay, then it will tends to ultraviolet. So the option number 1 is correct. Now the question number 8. a black body at a temperature of 1640 Kelvin has the wavelength corresponding to the maximum emission equals to 1.75. Assuming the moon to be the perfectly black body, the temperature of the moon, if the wavelength corresponding to the maximum emission is 14.35 mu. Okay, so this we know that just now we written T2 by T1, we can write on as equals to lambda m1 by lambda m2 because it is inversely proportional. So we can write on as T2 we have to find out, and T1 is given as 1640 equals to 1.75 by 14.35. Okay, so the value of T2 we have to calculate. So the value of T2 after solving this, cross multiply this, then the value of T2 will be equals to 200 Kelvin. So for question number 8, the answer is option number 2. Okay, now for the question number 9. So in question number 9, the wavelength of the maximum energy released during a atomic expansion was 2.93 meter. Gives the given the Wien constant is given as 2.93 into 10 to the power minus 3. The maximum temperature attained must be. So we know that temperature is given by B by lambda m. So B is given as Wien's constant, that is 2.93 into 10 to the power minus 3 divided by 2.93 into 10 to the power minus 10. So this will cancel out, so you will get 10 to the power 7 Kelvin. So the answer is 10 to the power 7 Kelvin for question number 9th. Now question number 10th. So in question number 10th, the temperature at which black body of unit area loses its energy at the rate of 1 joule per second. So they are asking the temperature at which it will lose the energy of 1 joule per second. Okay, black body. So this we can write on as sigma T to the power 4. This is 5.6 into 10 to the power minus 8 into 10 to the power 4 is equals to 1. That is actually energy per unit time, that is power. So the T value you will get is 65 Kelvin. Okay, after solving this, the value of T you will get is 65 Kelvin. So question number 10, the answer is 1. Okay. Now question number 11th. So in question number 11th, the absorbance of a perfect black body is unity. Second one is when a perfectly black body is heated, it emits radiations of all the possible wavelength at that temperature. Okay, so both the statements are correct, but second one is not explaining the first one. Okay. Now the question number 12th. The radiation energy density per unit wavelength of a temperature at a temperature T has a maximum at the wavelength lambda naught. At temperature 2T, it will have a maximum at a wavelength. Okay, so they are asking at the temperature T2. So we know that lambda maximum into T is equals to T dash we can consider. Okay, so lambda naught T is equals to lambda dash 2T. So this will cancel out. So we can say that lambda dash m will be equals to lambda naught by 2. So if you see the options, option number 1 will match for question number 12. Now question number 13th. So in question number 13th, two walls of thickness D1 and D2 and the thermal conductivities K1 and K2 are in contact. In the steady state, if the temperature at the outer surface are T1 and T2, the temperature at the common wall they are asking. Okay, so we know that they are in series. Okay, so the rate of flow of heat will be same. So we can say that dq by dt will be equals to K1A1 T1 minus theta divided by D1 is equals to K2A theta minus T2 divided by D2. Okay, so from this equation we have to calculate the value of theta. Okay, so after solving this, simple only. So area is same. Okay, thickness D and the thermal conductivity is K1 and K2 are in contact. In the steady state, the temperature at the outer surface are this, the temperature at the common wall. So theta they are asking, so theta value you will get as K1 T1 D2 plus K2 T2 D1 divided by K1 D2 plus K2 D1. Okay, so the option number 2 will match for question number 13. Now question number 14. Question number 14, again statement based question. On a chilly day, the brass tumbler feels much colder than the wooden tray. So first one is for statement first one, correct. Brass tumbler will feel much colder than the wooden tray, correct. Second one is the thermal conductivity of brass is less than of that wood. Okay, so that is wrong. Thermal conductivity is more in the case of brass. Okay, so first one is correct, second one is wrong. Question number 14. Now question number 15. Again theoretical question. Newton's law of cooling is used in laboratory for the determination of the specific heat of liquids. Okay, so the answer is 1. Now the question number 16. An ideal black body at room temperature is thrown into furnace. It is observed that initially it is the darkest body and later times it is the brightest, correct. So we can see that for question number 16 the answer is 4. Now question number 17. According to the experiment of Ingenhousz, the relation between the thermal conductivity of a metal rod is K and the length of the rod whenever wax melt is, so it is K by L square is constant. Okay, so this we should know. So the answer is K by L square. Now we will move on to the question number 18. So in question number 18, if the metallic sphere get cooled from 62 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius in 10 minutes, again the question is based on Newton's law of cooling. So we know that 1 minus theta 2 by 2 T is equals to K theta 1 plus theta 2 by 2 minus theta naught. Theta naught is the temperature of surrounding. Okay, so in a metallic sphere cooled from 62 to 50, so 62 minus 50 divided by time is given as 10 is equals to K 62 plus 50 divided by 2 minus temperature of surrounding not given, so that is theta naught. Okay, then the temperature of the surrounding only they are asking, temperature of surrounding. Second one is, and in next 10 minutes it cooled to 42 degrees Celsius. Okay, so now from 50 to 42 divided by 10 is equals to K 50 plus 42 by 2 minus theta naught. Now we have two equations and two variables are there. Okay, or you can divide both the equations, then the value of theta naught you will get. Theta naught will be equals to 26 degrees Celsius. So after dividing the equations you will get theta naught as 26 degrees Celsius. Okay, now the question number 19. So in question number 19, a sphere and a cube of the same material and the same volume, so the material is same and the volume is also same, heated up to the same temperature, so the temperature is also same, and allowed to cool in the same surrounding, the ratio of the amount of radiations emitted will be. So Q sphere by Q cube they are asking. So all the things are same, so we can say that it will be proportional to area of sphere. Area of sphere by area of cube. So area of sphere is given by 4 pi r square and the area of cube is given by 6a square. A is the side length of the cube and volume is given same. So we can say that volume of sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube should be equals to, and volume of this cube is a cube. Volume of the cube is a cube. Okay. So now we have to find out this ratio. Okay. So from this we can say that in the place of A, we have to write down in the terms of R. Question number 19, A we have to write down in the terms of R. So A will be equals to 4 by 3 pi to the power 1 by 3 into R, because R cube already we have, so we can replace here. So what you will get after this calculation, this is volume is same. Okay. So this you will get as 4 pi r square divided by 6 into 4 by 3 pi to the power 1 by 3 into r square. Okay. So after solving this, the answer, final answer you will get as pi by 6 to the power 1 by 3 is to 1. Okay. So the option number 2 will match. Okay. Only calculations are there, otherwise the question is simple. Now question number 20 we will solve. So in question number 20, they are asking about two spheres P and Q of the same color having the radii of 8 cm and 2 cm are maintained at temperature of 127 degrees Celsius. 127 means 400 Kelvin, and next one is 527 means 800 Kelvin. Okay. Respectively, then the ratio of energy radiated by P and Q. So we can say that Q of P by Q will be equals to radius of P by radius of Q square. That is equals to into radius, because area into temperature to the power 4. So area is proportional to the radius, so directly we have written radius, and temperature Tp by Tq to the power 4. Okay, so this will be equals to, radius is given as radius of the two spheres P and Q 8 by 2 square into temperature of P is 400 by 800 to the power 4. Okay, so this will become 16 into 1 by 16. So the answer is 1. Okay, so the ratio will be 1. Now question number 21. So in question number 21, an ice box is used for keeping eatable cold as a total wall area of 1 meter square. So area is given as 1 meter square and the wall thickness of 5 centimeter. Thickness is given as 5 centimeter. The thermal conductivity of the ice is 0.01. It is filled with ice at 0 degrees Celsius along with the eatables on a day when temperature is 30 degrees Celsius. The latent heat of fusion of ice is 334 into 10 to the power 3 joules per kg. The amount of ice melted per day they are asking in 1 day. Correct. Okay, so dq by dt we know that Ka d theta, that is change in temperature divided by length. So length is L. Okay. Now we can write on it as, we will put the values K is to 1 divided by 0.05 into 30. So that is equals to 6 joules per second we got. Okay, 6 joules per second. So in 1 day, this is per second. So in 1 day, it will be equals to 6 into 24 into 60 into 60. So that is equals to 518400 joules. Okay. Now we have to solve this. So we know that Q is equals to M into L. So L is the latent heat. So M we can write on as Q by L. So Q is 518400 and latent heat already given, that is 334 into 10 to the power 3. So if you solve this, the value of M will be 1.552 kg. that will be equals to 1552 grams. Okay, so the option number 1 will match for question number 21. Now question number 22. So in question number 22, they are asking about the heat is flowing through two cylindrical rods of same material. The diameters of the rod are in ratio 1:2 and their lengths are in ratio 2:1. The temperature difference between the two ends is same. The ratio of the rate of heat flow. Okay, so rate of heat flow Q by T, we can say that is proportional to area by length proportional to d square by L, because area is pi r square, so radius is proportional to diameter. Okay, so that we can write down as Q by T for one divided by Q by T for second one. It will be equals to the diameters of the rod are in ratio 1:2, so it will be equals to d1 by d2 square into L2 by L1. So L2 by L1. So this ratio is given as so d1 by d2. So it is given as 1 by 2 square is to L2 by L1. So that is equals to 1 by 2. So how much you will get? This will be 4 into 8. So 1 by 8. Okay. So question number 22 answer is option number 1.